welcome back to Burning Rubber Garage. This is the new one. Hopefully catches it. We're a little low on sunlight. We were going to film this tomorrow, but we got tornadoes likely tomorrow, so here she is. Why don't you hop on in, we'll cruise for a ride. I'll tell you a little more about it when we get home, but watch this. All tire smoke. She's got a lot of power. We're running LS. That's why I didn't LS swap the white one. I just wanted to keep it with the carbureted small block. This truck right here has some major power. Drivetrain's out of a 2008. I mean, just, if you want to watch out that back window of that tire right there. This truck runs really well. Wish it had a little more weight in the bed. I wish it had a bed, but we'll fix that. I've done a lot of little things. I'll talk to you more about that in the next video. This one I just wanted to introduce the truck to you guys and let you see it. So a lot of good things on this truck. I fixed a lot of them, so we're actually street legal, kind of. But things are actually starting to work. We got a little shimmy in the back. I think it's where the exhaust hits the shock mount. You can feel it. Overall, though, it's just got overdrive, and she just smokes the tires at will when you give it gas. But that could be a lot to do with the lack of a bed on the back there. There's something about this style of truck. I just can't seem to get enough of this style of truck. It's like Pokemon. I need to collect them all, is what it feels like. So should probably have my window up for sound, but it's just really pretty out here. You got a nice barn here. You got a lot of land. People have been out doing some farm work. Other people have been out burning out on backcountry roads. Happens. Let me take this other road and get you up to highway speed, and we'll see what little dog. Transmission is just buttery smooth. Seems like it can always find the right gear. Not hard when you only got 4 of them. So I can't really wait to get out, get this thing back in the garage, walk you around it, show you a little bit about it. The next video I'll tell you everything I've done off scenes and why I didn't film a lot of the stuff I did to this truck. So got a really good reason behind that, but now, you know, with what we're given now, I don't think it's going to happen. So 2020 plans down the drain. Up and runs. I mean, that's just partial throttle, and we were spinning through first. It'll be really nice when we get bed on the back, and it helps plant those tires when you're going. We're doing 50, 54 maybe, and we're only spinning about 1600 RPM. I believe we've got the 4L80. It may only be the 4L60. I really haven't got under there, but it is an overdrive. Drivetrain's out of a 2008 Sierra. The cylinder deactivation has been turned off. It's just a really solid truck. Fuel tank's been put in the rear, as you can see. So we do have a little weight back there, but not enough. You need the bed back there. We'll lower this thing down and go from there. So we'll see you back at the shop. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that beginning. Funny little story about that. Some of you have done big long burnouts. No, your tire gets up on the asphalt, starts to spin. As soon as it gets to the point where it's not overwhelming the tire with power and the tire can actually hook, you usually get a little bit of a jerk jolt as it grabs and takes your speedometer from 70, 80 miles an hour down to what you're really doing, 5 to 10. So anyways, the camera person, I said, like, hey, get a good shot of the back smoking up. And they were turned around looking like that, and I decided, you know what, we've probably done a long enough burnout, ruining people's peaceful Easter weekend, so I let off the gas. Next thing you know, the camera person was not holding himself in place. Everybody's okay, but you'll see it, whether it's at the beginning or the end, where just all of a sudden just they're okay, so live and learn. Just one of those things that if you're filming and you're doing a burnout and you're the camera person, brace yourself, because the burnout ends eventually. You can't go forever, I don't think. You'll run out of fuel or something. So anyways, this is my new project here. Beautiful truck. This one, just kind of stumbled upon it at the end of 2019. I think it was December time frame. Went and drove it. It ran okay. I wasn't super impressed to the point that I was like, I gotta have it. I think Frostbite would give it a run for its money, and still probably would. But I have been fixing this truck up for, what is it, 4 months now? Can't believe 4 months have already passed. Feels like the quarantine days just feel like they take 2 or 3 days is one day. They all feel, it feels like Groundhog's Day, honestly. So anyways, I've been fixing this up. I'm going to talk more about what I fixed in the next video. I just kind of wanted to introduce you guys to the project. Truck-wise, this one fits the bill for the first kind of iteration of the 67-72. 67 hood, 67-68 front end. Yes, it didn't come with this. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get rid of that. Z71, not for me on my two-wheel drive truck. But we've got the blue Suburban that covers the 69 and 70. And then we've got the white truck, Frostbite, that covers the 71, 72. So these have always been my dream truck. Growing up, there was a guy down the street that had one. I actually tried to buy it, but I was in high school. It was a lot harder to get loans and stuff like that back then when you didn't have any credit. You definitely didn't have any cash. I had a poor job at the time. It was just, the timing didn't work out. It was a long bed, two-tone, blue with white, blue at the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful truck. Just didn't work out, but I've always tried to snag one. And then I got the Suburban. I got Frostbite, which Suburban I believe I've dubbed Papa Smurf because it hauls the kids around. I need a name for this one. So if you can, leave a comment down below what you think it should be called. The Nova kind of was Agent Orange. That was the name of it. This could definitely take that name on. But, because it's never been official what I called the Nova. I've never announced that, but that's kind of what I always was like, Agent Orange needs a starter again. So, anyways, I like this truck. I bought this one local. Alright, so just a quick story on this. This was going to go on Power Tour. That was my goal. So that's why I wasn't filming. A lot of you out there who watch are YouTubers as well. You make videos on what you're doing. It takes a while to film. It takes a while to edit, and then you post. It adds a lot of time, so I was just like, I'm going to get this thing where I need it to be so I can take it to Power Tour, and then I'll make some videos about it. But with Power Tour being kind of a blur, not sure if it's even going to happen. And that's just for me personally. I haven't seen it canceled yet, but I think they're kind of hoping things clear up and you can go. But anyways, this was going to be my vehicle of choice to go to Power Tour. But who knows if that's going to even happen anymore for me personally, or for anybody else at that point. So let's go ahead, let's walk you around this thing. Beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. So it's got a beautiful front end. You can see I kind of teased this in the buyer's guide with the picture of the rear with no bed. This truck actually had a 90s style bed, which I am definitely not a fan of on these trucks. It's got Flowmaster mufflers. I love Flowmasters. You guys who know me know that that's what I run on almost all of my vehicles. Let's go ahead and set you up for a start. You hear the fuel pump kind of kick on here. Sounds good. That's the sound I like. So we're running a little newer wheel here. I believe these are a around 2015-16 tire and wheel combination. The new ones are in the front. The rears are a little older, still in really good shape. The truck itself, let me show you under the hood here. truck itself, we've done quite a few things under here to make it reliable. This is a 2008 motor. It's a 5.3 out of a 2008 GMC Sierra. Mated to the transmission out of that vehicle. Sorry about that. New radiator, coil packs, all that kind of good stuff. The intake I'm not a big fan of, but it works. New battery, runs really well. Go to the inside here. Got, I think they're VHX gauges. I did not buy them. They were in here. They just were not hooked up. So now, the only one I don't have going yet is the fuel. So, take a look around here. We've got the radio. I hate this. This is a big pet peeve of mine. If you're going to do it, how the hell did you miss and do that? So we'll figure out what to do that. We may have to put in a whole new patch panel. Got our shifter right there. It's not wanting to zoom. There we go. A little dirty in here. Doors are amazing. Seats in really good shape, soft. Sound system, it does not work. A lot of the wiring I've got hanging down there because I'm trying to figure out how they had this hooked up. So I've got all of them going except the fuel gauge. So this truck, one sad part about it, let me go to the other side and kind of show you. One of the sad parts about the truck is it looks like it's a four-wheel drive. It's just a little bit high for my liking, but once I get the bed, I'll measure what I can. We'll get some 20s or 22s and put on this truck. And after that, we'll then get the drop kit for it and get this thing sitting down where it should be. So I don't mind the wheels. The tires make it look like it's a four-wheel drive. But overall, this should be a really fun project. Some of you guys may not have been able to see these. You can see just a coil spring. That's why they ride so nice. This one rides a little rougher because it's got no weight back here. Fuel tank's been moved to the back for fuel injection. We're running tail lights off a 2011 Wrangler because they were cheap and available at the junkyard. Just needed something so I can cruise around with it. Got the dual exhaust. There's a little issue with this one right here. It hits the shock. Sometimes, not all the time, but a lot of the time. Really fun truck. Hopefully you guys will want to come along and see what we do with this. I am open to names. Leave them down below. I would love something that's kind of catchy, maybe ties the color in. I don't know. I mean, just in my telling you the story, if it comes up with something, let me know. Throw it down in the comments below. I'd love to have a name for it early on. It took me a while to pick out Project Frostbite. Those of you guys that are just seeing this video, check out some of my others. I've got a blue Suburban, and I've got this, which I call Project Frostbite, my 71 Chevy. So with that, we will see you on the next video. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks again for all the support, everybody. Have a good weekend.